Welcome to this week's edition of SKNS's Week in Review, where we recap all major government release activities for the past week. I am your presenter, Raheem Berry. Highlights of the week of 24th of June to June 30th includes St. Kitts and Nevis to offset rising electricity bills. Prime Minister Harris plans to address water problems. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis has announced 3 new measures designed to provide relief to consumers facing high electricity bills. The measures include a moratorium on areas of electricity bills, a freeze on disconnection of electricity service, provided that consumers pay the current portion of their bills, as well as a waiver of the $150 reconnection fee.
My government has responded with compassion to the pleas of the residential customers to do something to ease the pressure of electricity costs on their livelihoods.
The cost of fuel has more than doubled, and it has resulted in subsidy being provided by the government to be able to keep lights in your homes.
External factors such as the conflict in Ukraine have driven up the cost of oil, which in turn has caused hardships in countries around the world. St. Kitts and Nevis is no exception to the dramatic spike in the price of fuel. Health authorities in St. Kitts and Nevis are carefully managing an upsurge in COVID-19 cases, which Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hazel Laws says is a stark reminder that despite the relaxed attitude, the COVID-19 pandemic still continues. Statistics from the Ministry of Health reveal that 192 confirmed cases of COVID-19 have been added between the period of June 15 to 29 of 2022. As such, persons are strongly encouraged to accept COVID-19 vaccines or booster shots, which remains the most effective way to avoid serious illness and death as a result of the deadly virus. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris, during a press conference on June 29, spoke about plans to address the water problems which have befallen the Federation.
Since December 2020, my government signed a contract with BEAD LLC to undertake a groundwater development project. The project had 2 main parts. 1, to remedy the water quality of Shadwell number 2 well, and 2, to drill a new well at Keon. Given the recent water shortage, our water department has determined that well drilling at Keon is more of a priority than remedying the well at Shadwell.
Prime Minister Harris also spoke about plans to set up desalination plants to advance water availability. Health officials in St. Kitts and Nevis do not expect a change in the COVID-19 entry rules to the Federation at this time, given the surging numbers of cases around the world. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hazel Laws addressed the issue on Wednesday during the Cabinet press conference and said that the decision-making process is driven by scientific data.
Between June 16th and June 26th, we welcomed 4,402 inbound air travelers to the Federation. So between June 16th and 26th, 4,402 inbound air travelers came to St. Kitts. 54% of these individuals came from the United States of America. If you look at the data there, the US is experiencing a surge in COVID-19 cases driven by the BA4 and BA5 subvariants of Omicron.
Dr. Cameron Wilkinson, Medical Chief of Staff for the Joseph M. France General Hospital, noted that the COVID-19 entry protocols act as a barrier to the importation of the virus. Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Senator Wendy Phipps, publicly recognized and commended volunteers and vendors for the role they play in ensuring that the 24th anniversary edition of the St. Kitts Music Festival was a resounding success.
I wanted to use this opportunity to extend on behalf of the Federal Cabinet the gratitude of the Cabinet for the hundreds of volunteers who would have made the music festival possible. Every single staging of the music festival cannot take place without the work of volunteers, and there were quite a number of them that would have put their shoulders to the wheel and would have made it possible for us to restart the music festival in what I consider to be grand, high-class fashion. We also thank all of the vendors who would have worked hard to ensure that the festival was a success. There were some 8 to 10 booths that would have been available for vendors, as well as a section for small vendors and also persons who were selling crafts.
The Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis has always had a culture of reciprocity among its citizens, and to no surprise, the citizens of the Federation continue to give back, with the latest initiative being the beautification of the tunnel at the camp's roundabout.
This kind of artwork has really enhanced this area. It provides an opportunity for citizens, residents, and visitors to come and really enjoy, maybe even take a walk to the top here and take pictures that will last a lifetime. I trust that many persons who want to give back to their country will emulate this effort, will not only in art, but in any way possible, enhance the surroundings of St. Kitts and Nevis.
He added also that the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis is a tourism destination, and because of such artwork, there are always opportunities for persons visiting the country to be able to have memories take back to their homes that will last a lifetime. Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris, said that St. Kitts and Nevis continues to report a reduction in incidences of crime, with 2% being recorded from January to June of 2022.
I am pleased to report that we continue to experience a reduction in incidents of crime in St. Kitts and Nevis. Recent data reflect a further drop in criminal activity in the country. For the period 1st January to 25th June 2022, 697 incidents of crime were reported. This represents a 2% reduction in crimes over the corresponding period in 2021, when there were 714 incidents reported.
The Prime Minister extended commendation to all security agencies on their contribution to this reduction. And this concludes this week's edition of SKNS's Week in Review. See you next week.